They say bad things come in threes. Remember Tony Hawk Pro Skater? Guitar Hero? Well, add Call of Duty to the list of franchises that Activision has run into the ground. Today, March 4th, Call of Duty is releasing microtransactions on both Call of Duty Ghosts and Black Ops 2. If you threw down $50 for a season pass, well, fork over even more money for some stupid shit that doesn't actually affect the game one iota. Who the fuck cares about what your character looks like? It's a first-person shooter. When do you ever see your character? Gun camos? Again, who gives a fuck what your gun looks like when in Black Ops 2's case, they don't even kill people? Now, I know what you're thinking. Schwartz, why do you care if people spend their money to make their own gaming experience better? Well, here's why. It sends a message to the developers and to the publisher Activision that will still fork over money even though the quality of the game continues to plummet year after year. So even if I don't spend my own money on these stupid fucking things, I'm still penalized by the morons that continue to give them money for a shitty product. I bought Call of Duty Ghosts used, meaning none of my money went back to the developers or Activision. I did this on purpose. I learned my lesson after how horror bad Black Ops 2 was, and you know what? There's no way in hell I am buying the next Call of Duty game, not even fucking used. Activision announced their plan going forward when they revealed their earnings for the 2013 fiscal year. Here's what they said about the three-company cycle, and I quote, "This will give our designers more time to envision and innovate for each title. Simultaneously, it will give our content creators more focus on DLC and micro DLC, which, as you know, have become large and high-margin opportunities and significant engagement drivers. Finally, it'll give our teams more time to polish, helping ensure we deliver the best possible experience to our fans each and every time." Did you guys fucking hear that shit? In their mission statement, they're talking about doing more microtransactions and DLC. You guys keep beating this shit up, they'll keep selling it to you. Activision is just pulling wool over everybody's eyes with this 3-dev Monty scheme. These companies don't need more time to innovate and clutter the game up with even more shit. The best Call of Duty ones that were the simplest. Focus on the gameplay, not on all the extraneous beepity bops that go along with it. They're claiming that this new development cycle is going to focus on better quality games, but then why the fuck is Treyarch releasing DLC for Black Ops 2 when they're supposed to be working on their next game, and Black Ops 2 itself is still broken to fuck at its core? I actually put Black Ops 2 back in the other day to see what it was like, and this is the first game on. Are you fucking kidding me with these connection issues? By the way, this is in League play, so don't even give me that, you know, oh, it's a public playlist. This is in fucking League play. Their bread and butter that they rammed down our fucking throats for a year. The hit registration, the player models, the camera angles, the game is broken as fuck, yet they still expect people to fork over money for absolutely meaningless shit like gun camos. And you guys thought it would give the studio more time to make a new game? Fuck no. They're just gonna crank out shit to keep the revenue up. It's all about the goddamn money, baby. This is the same exact shit would happen with the Tony Hawk series and the Guitar Hero series. The first few games are amazing, but then the quality took a shit after they realized the idiotic fanbase would buy the crap no matter what the fuck they put out. Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam was such an appropriate title, and of course Guitar Hero, the Garage Band Next Door edition, definitely went over really well with the fanbase. Call of Duty is dying. That is not up for debate. Game sales are down, DLC revenue is down, the player base online is minuscule. There's only about 350,000 people playing across all platforms. That's 5 different fucking platforms online right now. Call of Duty Ghosts is the 4th most searched game on YouTube behind Battlefield 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Minecraft, and channels are shifting away from Call of Duty only to include more games. There's a reason behind that shit. There's more people playing Battlefield 4 on Xbox One and on the PC than Ghost. Once Titanfall comes out, I'm sure those numbers will diminish even further. And there's a good reason for that. Ghost is clearly the worst out of those 3 games. Infinity Ward is touting their anti-hacking exploits in their patches, but look at this shit I got from my boy Billy Bedlam the other day. This lobby is hacked to fuck with a God mode person that looks like he sniffed some of that crank cocaine off of a stripper's tit. And it also appears that he's got a fucking aimbot, and you know those invisibility hacks from MW3, they're now in Call of Duty Ghosts 2. This is on a DLC playlist too. That means that not only did he spend $60 on this fucking beer coaster, but an additional $50 on the season pass, only to have his experience ruined by these hacking little shits. Not to mention, with every patch Infinity Ward makes, they break just as much shit as they fix. They introduced this cheeky little glitch into the Glacier on Whiteout. It harkens back memories of the rock glitch on Overgrown and Afghan. When the fuck is this gonna get fixed? Nope, microtransactions take priority here. Forget about actually fixing the game. Let's remove any incentive to fucking prestige and make you buy 4 extra custom classes instead of doing what we used to do and make you earn them by prestiging. Not to mention the outright lie about dedicated servers. Watch this gameplay right here. This is on the Xbox One, where there's around 20,000 people online. Check this clip. I am so far ahead of what this dude's kill cam shows. I'm already past him, shooting him up, yet I'm insta-melted by this kid on a fucking AOL dial-up connection. Later on in this game, it got so bad, I eventually quit out, and look, a fucking host migration. You cannot tell me that there's too many people playing on Xbox One to have dedicated servers. I know that there's listen servers to fall back on when there's too many lobbies for deadies, but you cannot tell me you ran out of servers. There's deadies on Battlefield 4, and there's more players playing in Battlefield 4 than there is in Call of Duty Ghosts on the Xbox One. And of course, I get fucked over as the host, par for the course, with the newer Call of Duty games. Instead of investing money in dedicated servers for this game, you divert resources to coding microtransactions and paying B-list actors to make a shitty trailer for your awful fucking DLC. The older Call of Duty games are hacked to shit, and yet they still have the nerve to sell the game as new with the DLC packs at full fucking price. Black Ops 2 has fundamental gameplay mechanics flaws, yet instead of fixing it, they'll divert resources to microtransactions. They made money off of Call of Duty Elite and then shut the shit down, apparently because they're so invested in their iPhone app, which has 1/4 of the functionality and only works on a fucking phone. Thanks for that fucking 2 hours of double XP on Call of Duty Ghosts. Elite was a website that worked both on the computer and on the fucking phone. I know lots of people are saying it's a good thing because it's just a stat tracking site, but I used to look at recent games and nab boosters as well as look up players for my Crappy Clans episode. Fake gameplays were debunked using Call of Duty Elite. Now that it's gone, it's much harder to stop these fucking cheaters. Where the fuck are your priorities or your accountability? Activision hasn't tweeted once. Mark Rubin hasn't in 3 fucking months. And Tina is busy making inside jokes and chewing out paying customers, even though I will admit some of those little shits do deserve it. IW Enforcers is around as much as a fucking foster parent. This is unacceptable. If the only way that they think is with the dollar, then that's how we have to act, with the fucking dollar. Don't support companies that don't give a shit about you, the customer. Fuck you, Call of Duty. Fuck you, Infinity Ward. Fuck you, Treyarch. Might as well fuck you, Sledgehammer Games, too. But most importantly, fuck you, Activision. Thank you for completely destroying Call of Duty.